Shepard was coming through his treatment, and we were asked to participate and see if he wanted to be the LLS South Alabama Boy of the Year. And we didn't know at first whether he was going to be done with treatment in time. And towards the end of things, we knew that we wanted to, all throughout treatment, we knew we wanted to do something to try and give back, because there's been so many people who've helped us and been have helped us, and we wanted to do everything we could possibly do to give back. And I don't think there's a much better way to try and do that than to help support such a great organization and try to help others who will one day begin, maybe in the middle of their fight right now, or soon begin their own battle with leukemia and blood cancers.
We just knew we were going to beat it. I mean, we just never lost faith that she was going to be healed and that we were going to make it. And she's a strong little girl. So.
Well, my first experience with leukemia was in 1989. My father was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, AML, and he lost his battle with it just 4 days later. 22 years later, I received a call that I had been diagnosed with the same disease. Pretty rare because it's not genetic. So I went into treatment, and based on all of the research, everything that had happened in the 22 years in between, places like LLS and others funded, here it is 30 months later, and here talking to you.
I'm very familiar with the disease. I suffered a personal loss. I lost my father when I was 21 years old, 24 years ago. And so more than happy to be a part of trying to help raise money and hopefully preventing other families from having the void that my family had by going through the treatment and process.
It wasn't hard at all to get me involved. I guess at any point when you have a passion for something, it's very easy to get involved, and my passion is almost like an open wound still, in that just last year my son was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia and was in the hospital for 6 months. And so upon his discharge and the experience that we went through, my husband and I went through with him, needless to say, it was extremely easy to say yes when it came to any type of fundraising for LLS.
I've learned, just the fundamentals of blood cancer, first of all, and as I'm sure everybody else has. Leukemia, lymphoma, kind of, the nitty-gritty details. But I've also learned that LLS really does play an incredible role in curing cancer and helping families of those who have been infected.
LLS not only helps blood cancer patients, but also all other forms of, is very progressive in cancer research and curing cancer. And when I was introduced to all the things that they did and all the people they helped, especially their emphasis on children with cancer, it really impacted me, and I really wanted to be able to help as much as I could.
One of the big things I've learned, and what I've been trying to tell people when I'm seeking donations for this campaign, is that LLS donates almost 76 cents out of every dollar donated. They put that towards their mission work, which is huge.
The LLS has done a good job at tugging at your heartstrings in order to get you the help. So it's a great idea putting a little face with the big issue. So you can't say no to a child with cancer.
I've always been a pretty empathetic person, but I think that it's just life's so short, and you never know when your time's going to come. And I think that you always want to have your time or me time. I think a lot of people like me time, but I think it's important to spend time helping others.
That by the exhibit of children like Shepard, and by the people that have lived through leukemia and other blood cancers and cancers at large, are giving us all the more reason to believe that there is a cure in sight. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
I think giving
instead of, you know, trying to give of myself, will be something that I can always take with me when I die. Or when I die one day, I'm not going to be able to take money and the material things with me. But when I do die, all the good that I've done and all the good I've tried to do to help others to be better or to help others and give them hope just makes me feel good inside. Not something that money could never do.
Didn't realize that they were helping to support families like the little girl and the little boy of the year that we've gotten to meet. And so I think that's been a really great thing, and it'll be something that I'll be aware of in future campaigns when other people are participating for the rest of my life.